Hi, my name is Brian, the creator of this channel, and today I'm going to share with you the story of how I got into Waterloo Software Engineering program and graduated unemployed. Alright, let's start from the beginning. High school. Now, I would say getting in is the hard part. Probably graduating is hard too, but it's like the battle and the war analogy, and you just got to win both. So I went to a mid/low tier high school. Nothing fancy like UTS, Bayview, or like Woodlands or some shit. You get penalized a bit harder by Waterloo's inflation calculator, but there's advantages to going to a less sweaty high school. Let's talk about marks. Aim for 100. If it's possible to be perfect, then be perfect. Aim high, fail high, kind of shit. 100% is satisfactory. Everything else is disappointment that can be improved. And like this part is more of a mental trick than anything, like Parkinson's law, but for grades. If you're satisfied with a certain grade, that's probably the grade you're gonna get. Here's my transcript from grade 12. Keep in mind some of my marks are inflated by COVID. Oh, and one last trick, I guess, one last trick you can for grades is move courses that you're not so good at, or like courses you don't really like, to the second semester, like English. Fuck English. The only way, that way you only have to focus on one assignment or like one test before the grades get sent to the university, which is usually midway through your second semester of high school. So a little hack for you guys. So the thing with high school is that the content is easy. You're gonna get to university, you're gonna look back and be like, damn, high school is a fucking joke. But the trick is convincing yourself of that it's easy. Well, like if you're in high school now, obviously. If you're not in high school, then I'll skip episode 2. Episode 2, that one's for you. So like assume that your only goal is to score 100% on every test. How do you get there? How do you evaluate your mistakes? How do you improve? Okay, so now that you're averaging 95 to 100 in those 6 uni required courses, it's time to differentiate yourself from the thousands of other people that have good grades and are probably applying. I don't fucking know. So here's what I did. I made a club, and I just put myself as the president. That shit. Like, if you're the only one in the club, you're the president. Is the university application gonna ask how many people were in your club? No. See. So yeah, my school didn't have a math club or CS club. Kind of make something that sounds professional, sounds like related to the thing you want to apply for. I pretty much just ask a teacher to supervise and then put yourself as the president. Boom, yeah, done. And then something else you should probably do is join some popular clubs, like DECA or HOSA or the student council or something. And then another thing, probably have like a part-time job. I don't know, it's just something that shows more responsibility or whatever. So I was a TA at this place called Spirit of Math. Pretty much I went there to be extracurricularly learn math, so they just let me TA and then put it on the resume. And then you could do like, I guess, Waterloo specific events. I did like, I think, Avogadro contest for chem. I don't know if they cared about that. I'm pretty sure they didn't. You do like Hackton North, you do the coding contest, the math contest, all that bullshit. And like the truth is here, it doesn't really matter what you do. You just have to do things that you can write about on your AIF, which is like their supplementary application. They ask you like some generic interview questions like, why do you want to come to Waterloo? Why do you want to be an engineer? Shit like that. I can't remember if I'm allowed to talk about it, but I will say you can find them on Google. Coding. Ooh. Yeah. Since my face might be on this and they know me, I'll just say, I genuinely can't remember if they care if you talk about it or not, but if one were to apply to a program called software engineering, one might expect the supplementary to ask about one's coding experience. And suppose that one person was me in high school, that one person would have hypothetically put the following. The point here is that you don't need to be some crazy coding genius. You could definitely go down that route. I know a couple guys who are like that, but that shit's a lot of work. So I mean, do some extracurricular stuff. You know, you're gonna learn some stuff in school, computer science. You know, Google some stuff on your own. You don't have to do anything too crazy. I'll be honest, I was dog shit at coding at this point. I mean, I thought I was cool, but I was bad. Yeah, I was bad. I'm still bad now, but like, they don't really care that much. It's like they expect like, hey, we're gonna teach you how to code, but I don't know. They ask. I don't know if it matters. And then yeah, I guess I'll share what I wrote for the additional information section, as indicated might be on it by Gemini, not by myself. If hypothetically I were in high school, I would have written this. And honestly, this is my favorite part, hypothetically. No idea if they actually read this part, but like deep down, I have this feeling that, you know, this is the connection. This is my connection. This is what got me in. They read this, they're like, this guy, you know, he's got something. You know what I mean? Anyway, I'll put it here.